Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Today we will explore the wonders of yoga.
I'm Afro Danes. Also, we will talk about abuse and how to overcome it.
And I'm Stacey Beck. Have you been to Doc Grundy's yet? Put it on your date night list.
All this and more coming right up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. How's everyone doing?
Oh, fabulous! Don't you think?
You have the energy today.
Oh, yes. Oh, I don't know why, but anyway.
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
good.
Yeah, you may have to carry us. I'm a little hot, a little sweaty, a little depleted.
And I'm tired.
Yeah. Well, I literally just came off a soccer field. So
that is sweaty.
yeah,
Yeah, right?
This is new for me.
I kind of had to dump my kid and then text someone, please bring him home.
It's so fun though.
Yes,
I mean,
to
I
watch him.
had no idea what it was all about, and my husband was watching me watch Gunner play, and he's what are you gonna do? Are you gonna jump on the field with him? Are you gonna help him? I'm like, the other way, turn it the other way, kick it the other way.
Oh, that's
but
fun.
It's so much fun, more fun than I ever dreamed. So
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So both your boys are in it.
They are.
Just
Wow,
one of your
three.
boys? Three of yours, one of yours. Oh,
yeah.
busy.
Oh my gosh,
Yes,
three. Yeah.
on different fields.
I don't know if I'd have
Yes.
enough energy for three, but
busy.
it's so fun. Love it. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Spanish Fork director of
Yes.
the pageant,
Yeah.
about the Miss America pageant.
A little different.
It was different. And I try and watch it every year, but I wanted to ask you, it said Miss America 2.0, right?
Yes,
What does that
right.
mean?
Yeah, 2.0. So just a little different take on things. So you'll notice that the swimsuit competition went away this
Yes.
year. So changing things up. So I guess bringing it into the new day and age. So
Okay.
with the Me Too movement, the new acting CEO, they're
Made some big changes.
trying to put more focus on intellect. So instead of the swimsuit competition, there was the peer-to-peer question.
They were interesting.
That
Like,
was
I liked that.
interesting.
Did you like it? Or were you... Yeah,
Interesting.
was
I mean, it was,
interesting.
yeah,
So
it
what's
was,
the peer? They didn't have a swimsuit, or did
No.
they
right.
have?
So no swimsuit.
And the peer-to-peer
So
is
peer-to-peer. So it was
Be like
the
me asking
right.
you a question, then you asking
Right.
Natasha, just peer to peer.
And then the on-stage question, and then the evening gown competition, and then of course the talent competition.
Yes.
Which, in my opinion, was also a little different.
So there's not emphasis on the clothing, but more what you've got to share.
Right. So, I mean, it's still a scholarship competition.
Yes.
So there is always an emphasis on intellect. And the money is being awarded for them to further their education. So, I mean,
But you're not for you don't.
well,
like that too
I mean,
much
I
because-
I don't know that I have. Well, I do have an opinion. I don't know if I have a super strong opinion. I mean, I think you do have to change things up and bring things into the new day and age. However, I also believe that things
How would you do it?
have tradition. I mean, I kind of like the classic
Yeah,
edition. I still believe that you have a draw with America. I think you still have sponsorships, you still have viewerships. I think it's the same competition that you watch when you're a little girl. So you're drawn to the beauty and brains and the entire aspect. I mean, it started as a swimsuit competition on the
But
board.
they've taken that out, and that's what you're
Completely
saying.
right. So
that you
it
don't
started
like.
on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and that's
That
part
was
of the
the
glamour,
original, yeah.
right? So I mean, I don't really care if it's 5% or 10%. I still believe that
wanna see that.
tradition still plays a part
makes
into it,
sense.
and I still think it's okay to be physically fit.
Right.
And
Well, you're
smart.
never going
Right.
to see someone that's a certain size
mean,
there,
it
are you?
It could change, though, correct?
It
shift.
could change.
That would be a shift.
Not everything is yet set in stone. They did try doing a reality type series with it once before, and it didn't really stick. So we'll see what happens.
shifting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in
Miss
the
New
coming year.
York.
But
Woo! Miss
yes,
America.
Miss New York is the new Miss America, and congratulations to Jessie Craig,
Yes.
Miss Utah. She did bring home yet another talent award. So
That's awesome.
kudos to her.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yay.
Well, there's another thing that you should, it's not really yours, but anyway, my neighbor was doing one day where on Facebook she was saying you black out your profile just to say what would it be like if women didn't exist, and this was in relation to the abuse that's happening to certain women. You know, and I just wondered. So I got out my magazine. So I kind of turned around thinking. So you have all these magazines, top magazines, like Fast Company. You got Oprah, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Essence, Inc. But they all have these women on there, and just imagine, and if you take this women magazines versus men, there's not that many men magazines. So everybody wants to look at women because we're gorgeous and we're amazing, and yet there's all this abuse that we talk about. And this month, the month of September, is National Abuse
Awareness.
And I was just thinking that it's really true. What would happen if women didn't exist? You know, and if the world was run by men, it would be a sad place. And I think and I always remember having this T-shirt where you have a fish, one fish being, a fish is all going, scattered around by this big, great shark trying to get all the fish, right? Because they're all scattered. But then the fish all come together and they start attacking the shark. They're a lot larger. And sometimes I think us women need to be more close, tight, with each other and support each other instead of pulling each other down. This is a time where we should bond and help each other, so that when a woman is being abused or something, she feels that she can talk to her neighbor about it and have the energy to leave the situation she's in and know that she's got the support.
Well, I mean, you really can't have one without the other. I mean, you can't have, women are the ones that bear children, right? So you really couldn't have a world where just one exists without the other. But I definitely believe in there's strong men, there's strong women. I think it's okay to have both. I believe there's a world where both can exist, but
absolutely.
They
should be.
Right. Yes. And you talked about Miss America, what a strong organization and strong women. In fact, I received a text message this morning, just a thank you message that said, thanks for doing the things that you do, and it was kind of just a sisterhood message that said, without you I wouldn't have known you. And it's just been kind of one of those things, and it's just amazing, just and even this sisterhood that we have here and building each other up. So you do have to have those networks of women doing things for other women. So I love that. So we should reach out during the month of September and build each other up.
Because it's so, I don't know, it's prevalent, and I think it's interesting. Growing up, I never knew a woman that had been either beaten up or abused or whatever, but now I know more than a handful. Do you know what I mean?
People are speaking up more, for sure, definitely.
Well,
let's talk a little bit more about that. Yes. Coming up next on Studio Chatter, there's a new hotspot on Main Street. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Main Street business keeps getting more busy, especially with the opening of a new dining and entertainment establishment. Welcome Karen Brundage from Doc Grundys to the program. Thank you for being here. So excited. I love the outdoor, like the outside of
vibe
your,
is so cool.
It really is. And I'm dying to go inside. So take us inside. What's inside?
The inside has been completely restored from an old, I believe it was originally a auto dealership in the early 1900s.
Really?
So you can imagine just big vaulted ceilings, which we took all the way back, restored. Brick has been restored. So we took a lot of effort to take it all the way back.
Oh my word, had no idea.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
We put a lot of effort into making it a very beautiful place, especially to make it comfortable for adults, women to go. Families are very welcome, but we wanted adults to be able to kind of feel comfortable there, because if you make it kidified, then adults don't want to go just alone, but we wanted adults to be able to feel like we can go with our friends, we can go as dates, girls' night out, this kind of thing. So we really went more classy, nice as far as the inside went. And we're first and foremost a restaurant.
Okay.
And we went with really nice food. We hired just a nationally renowned chef to design our menu, and he did an excellent job. We have everything from, just your typical burgers and steak and, pizza, but then we also have steak and salmon and just some really cool appetizers like hog wings and buffalo cauliflower wings, which are so unique, but I love them.
Oh, yummy.
And then we have homemade ice cream, which we make on site and is amazing, and we do different flavors. So we have all kinds of different desserts and stuff that you can get. So we just kind of have the range. And then for entertainment, we have duck pin bowling.
Okay.
There's 6 lanes, and it is smaller balls. They're probably about that big. They're lighter, but it's full-sized lanes.
Oh, wow.
And then the pins are a little bit smaller, and they're on strings, and it's actually harder than regular bowling. So, because it goes faster than your regular bowling, because that ball just gets going, so you just get down low, you roll it, and it just goes so fast.
Wow, I haven't bowled there.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's...
It's fun. You get 3 tries a frame because it's harder, and the perfect game has never been bowled ever. It's really popular back east.
Really?
We brought it back here to Utah.
Okay. That's cool.
And so we're one of the few. It doesn't exist in Utah right now, so we're
You're the
only
first.
one. Yeah, we brought it
Oh.
here. And so that's the main one. And then we are getting our arcade up and running, retro arcade, mainly pinball. There's 50 games there in our arcade.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be run by an app. So you'll have an app on your phone. Touch it to the game, it'll come alive. You won't have to worry about coins, you won't have to worry about wristbands, anything.
Oh, wow.
So kind of that merging of old and new together.
Wow.
It's going to be a
The
lot
app
of
will
fun.
be just one app to
Yeah. And
set
you'll,
all of them.
Wow.
yep. And you can just go from game to game, however long you
Now,
want
did
to
your
play.
husband tell me he collects vintage pinball machines?
Yes.
So you have 50 there.
There. And then we're going to rotate it out so that you never get bored.
So tell me, how many has he
Wow.
collected?
600.
You guys,
Oh my
600.
goodness.
My word.
Where do you store them?
Yeah,
Just all over.
because it would take a lot of storage units.
Yeah.
Oh, my
But
word.
like when you first got married, did you know he was already collecting them, or was it?
We didn't start collecting them until 6 years ago when we started this idea. We actually, because we had this other
Oh.
business, and then, we knew it was wrapping up, and we were like, what do we want to do? And we identified that Spanish work has nothing to do. And we identified that pinball is going to have a resurgence, and we wanted to do something for our community. And so we just put
started
everything into
then.
that. Yeah.
So pretty recent.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he started as a
Yeah.
teenager.
Well, you
There's
think,
some
right?
very good.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
we just, and then it was just all whirlwind.
Okay. Now you have like a convention meeting room upstairs.
We
Tell us
have
about
we
that.
have 3 party rooms.
Oh,
so you
3.
can have birthday parties. When we're up and running, we will actually host birthday parties, and we want it to be fun for the mom, so that we will have a party host, and that you will not have to worry about all those kids and wrangling
Okay.
them. The party host will take it from beginning to end, and they will take care of all the kids for you,
Okay.
and all that. And then we do have a great big party or event room upstairs, can hold about 70 people, so you can do corporate events, family reunions, and anything from
Okay.
bridal showers, bachelorette, anything like that.
Okay. So the parties, the 3 party rooms aren't going yet, but they will start?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. And our grand opening will be in October, and we're going to just do it the whole month of October. We're going to have events every single weekend, and
Okay.
ending with a big party at the end of the month, and we're just really ramping up for
Okay,
that.
so that's the grand opening. You've had the soft
Yes.
opening as of now.
Yep.
What are your hours?
We're open from 11 to 10 Monday through Thursday,
Okay.
and 11 to 11 on Friday and Saturday.
Is there an entrance fee, or do you just pay for, is it
Well,
like a fun park kind of thing?
It's just we have the restaurant. Our hostess welcomes you and then if you decide that you want to bowl, you can go back and you can eat and bowl, or you can just bowl. It's by time, and we have a server that just takes care of you, because I hate when you go bowling and you're trying to deal with shoes and socks and everything. So our server just takes care of everything. Takes your name, takes your shoe size, puts it all in the computer for you, and you just sit there and they take care of you.
Wow.
So we try and make it very service
in there,
oriented.
but I haven't bowled, so I need to bowl. But my kids played on the pinball machines. Loved it, and it was so fun to just, even for me, just to walk around. I guess I played too. There's some oldies and some goodies.
Yeah, we have a unique
good.
thing. Oh, and we also have like an 8-person foosball table that we imported from Italy, and it is a blast. It is so much fun. We saw it in, I think it was Chicago, and it was just a ton of fun.
Wow.
So where did you get your inspiration for this?
Oh, I don't know. It was just from all over.
A lot of different things. Okay.
Yeah. we
Are
just
you
visited.
local?
Yes, we've lived here for, 14 years now.
Wow, that's amazing. So what about reservations for food and bowling lanes? So can you make reservations separately, together? Like how can you do that in advance?
Yep, you just call our hostess.
Okay.
Number's 801-804-3029. And you can
Wow.
call our hostess. She'll get you all set up for any kind of reservations you want. Big party things, you'll need to talk to our manager and he'll get you set up. And then we have our website, and
What's that called?
it's just www.docbrundys with an S. And then you can see everything, our menus online, all that. And yeah, we're
It seems like it'd be a really great option for the high schoolers here. I mean, we have 5 high schools, including ALA and Landmark, and their dances and their activities. Instead of going clear to Orem or Northern Utah County, they could stay right here in town and eat and play and go to the dance.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect location.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
And then you mentioned adults specifically. So do you offer adult beverages because of that? So I'm just asking.
We offer mocktails. We actually
Ooh,
call
okay,
because
fun.
we have this whole thing around doc. So we call them doc tails.
Oh,
But they
okay.
have the same look and feel as an alcoholic drink, but they are all alcohol free. But they are delicious and amazing, and they have like the sugar on the outside.
I will
the
say that's
coconut.
one of my favorite things, the specialty drinks.
The specialty drinks are so good. So
Oh, well, we will be
good
sure to
luck.
check it out.
You're
Yes.
the best. Thanks for coming in.
Awesome. Thank you so much. In addition to Doc Brundys Place, there is a new yoga studio in town. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Do you need a way to reduce stress and tone your body? Try some yoga. Let's welcome Trish Gavin from the Bottoms Up Yoga Studio to the table. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, girls.
I love it.
I loved your opening. Do we need to tone up and what?
Release stress.
Release stress.
Release stress.
Release stress.
Yes.
Bottoms up.
Yes.
Awesome name and logo.
So do you wonder why I came up with it?
absolutely.
So when I was in yoga teacher training school, we were learning to do anatomy, find our voice, direct students into poses, and it was upward facing dog, and I had to figure out how to get into downward facing dog, which is the most recognizable pose in yoga.
I knew it. I knew it.
And
was
the only
coming
thing I
from
could
this.
say was bottoms up, and everybody giggled, and that brung joy into my heart. And so I was like, okay, that's it. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Such a good.
I know.
I know.
So,
That's
and it's
just
very
perfect.
recognizable pose, because when you think yoga, you think downward
Yes, you
facing
do.
dog.
Yeah.
So,
Which is actually a hard pose in the beginning.
yes, it is very hard. Hands and feet, learning to find your weight balance distribution between all of it. Through the help of a really good teacher, you're ready to move on and find your relaxation pose in that.
So what kind of yoga do you do?
We teach several different kinds of yoga at the studio. There's vinyasa. Vinyasa is connecting breath to movement. Very rhythmic, here, there, flow. Yin yoga is a deep, deep stretch for those of us who have overworked muscles, aching joints. and who are just stressed out to the gills.
I literally asked when I knew that you were going to be a guest if we could wear our leggings, and asked if we could do it with you.
Oh, I know.
And they said no.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. But I wanted to.
Yes, we offer gentle yoga, which is a great beginner's class too, where each pose or asana is introduced and teachers come around and help you find your perfect posture, because we're all built differently. Top heavy, lower heavy, round the middle. I mean, have joint pains, aches. We're built individually different. And so that's a great class to start with, is gentle. And sometimes to shake things up, you need to be gentle with yourself first. We offer meditation for those of us who need the extra kick.
I want to go to like every one of these. I'm like, no, I want that one. And then
I'm just
I
like
want
trying
that
to
one.
breathe with her. I'm like, because I'm already just.
I know.
This is so.
People are like, "Are you always so relaxed?" I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Wow.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do. I have a crazy house. I have twins that are 23, so I am a grandma.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. Wow. And then my youngest actually is 11, and so we have a wide range of children here and there and everywhere.
So what made you want to open up a studio on Main Street? You're located right on Main Street between
Yes.
1st and 2nd?
Yes,
North?
we are.
On the east
On
side.
the east
Okay.
side, yes. We do have parking in the back, so you don't have to fight Main Street for parking, because that's stress in itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So we share a lovely parking lot with Tabitha's Way,
Okay.
with Wendy Osborne. She's a wonderful woman.
Yes,
so
she is.
She really, really is.
And you can just enter in the back door.
You can just push in through the back door. There's a front desk. Our studio is set up backwards. So you come through the back, you type in your name into the computer, you grab a mat if you don't have one, a block and a strap to assist you if you need them. So say if you can't touch the floor, you bring the floor to you. You can't touch the toes, you bring your toes to you. So there's so many different aspects that you can move your body and make yoga work for you.
So why do you think that yoga is so important? I really think that it's essential, even though I don't do it
Right.
as often as I would like.
People lose focus of themselves. We are so entertained and driven by other people that we forget what we need. And when we can't take care of ourselves, then everybody else suffers.
I agree.
I mean, isn't it really true?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
when we always notice something too late with us, a broken finger, a cough, we get sick, and then everything just downfalls. So I think if we take care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, we're ready to press on and be the best version of ourselves.
Absolutely.
How many instructors do you have?
We have about 3 or 4 right now. I'm always hiring. I'm always expanding. I'm always adding new classes. One thing, I don't know if I should tell you guys.
Yes, you should.
You should definitely.
We are going to be offering curvy yoga in November. And this is a class for very bodacious, curvy, wonderful people who want to get into yoga but have that hesitation. And this class will teach them to use props and how to use breath to move their bodies in a safe position, environment, and get familiar with their mat. So it's something that I've always incorporated into my class because we don't discriminate against age, size, or ability. Everybody's welcomed into class. I mean, my oldest student is 78. My youngest is 16. Wow. So, and you know, we have all different shapes and sizes, and we are all in it together. We call it a community with a capital UNITY. And it's just something that we're in it together, and it's just a great place to be. I love what I do.
So you mentioned something with sauna that I think that I caught.
Asana.
So is that the hot yoga? Is that hot
Asana
yoga?
means posture.
Oh.
It's just the Sanskrit word of, but if you want hot yoga, I can crank up that heat for you, sister.
No. I'm super unfamiliar, so I just didn't know what that is or
Yes,
what
asana. We use I use American terms in class. Some of my teachers use the Sanskrit. It's nice to use both. Broaden your learning horizon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It means
Yeah,
it would be
you
big
stop
learning
you
for me.
stop learning, you get bored in life.
Right, absolutely.
So, but I just want everybody to enjoy. I love the space. This started out in my basement, and
I remember hearing about that.
Grown it.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. Good for you.
So Trish, I know your first time is free,
Yes.
right? You can just drop
Yes,
in
you can
and
drop and
give it a try.
Yes, you can give it a try.
We can all give it one try.
You can.
Yes.
And pick your class and say, if I tried gentle and it was just a little bit too rough to me, for my body, then let's tone it down. Let's start you with yin, something a little bit more deep stretch and a little bit more calming on the mind, because every day is different. You might be more stressed. You might be more happy. Every day is just completely different.
Where can we find what day we want to go?
If you just email me, it's on the website, which is www.bottomsupyogastudio.com. There's a link down there, and our schedule changes as our classes grow because we do have a limit on classes. So we have that student-teacher connection.
Okay. So just get online, see what classes and times interest you, and go visit Bottoms Up. I'm coming.
Okay.
I am
Fantastic.
coming.
You should.
I love yoga, and it's been quite a while since I've done anything.
Yes. Yes.
I love
It just gives you a reason to wear yoga pants all the time.
Right.
There you go.
But
Well, thanks for educating us.
You're welcome.
Coming up next, abuse hurts in so many ways, but how can you overcome it? Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Abuse can just about knock you over, but how can you get back up? Let's welcome back to Studio Chatter Lida Green, an author, speaker, and inspiration to the table.
Whoa, look at that. That was a long title.
I'm like, okay. Can't disappoint now.
it's been how long since you were here?
I don't know.
Was it earlier this year or was it last year?
No, last year.
I
Last
don't
year.
know.
Last
It
year,
just,
yeah.
It just all blends together.
it's just a whirlwind.
So what have you been doing?
Well,
since
not
we've
been
seen you?
scrapbooking or crafting, unfortunately. So-
Embracing your inner hotness, right?
Yes, so I've been busy speaking, and then I wrote a new book, which we can talk about in a minute, but just speaking and being a mom, like so many of your viewers, and just traveling and going, what happened? This is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, just staying busy. Like I said, no crafting. It's very sad.
That's okay. I don't craft either. Before we get into the deep stuff, we wanted to talk a little bit about the TEDx talks. So, what is that like? What is the process? How did it happen? Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my first TEDx talk, I actually begged the organizer, and she was like, "No, we're only letting the best people in." And I was like, "Well, that's me." And for some reason, she believed me. But it was my first 11 months of speaking, and it was an amazing opportunity because it really kind of showcased my humor, and it's gotten you hired, even though you don't ever be promotional at TEDx stage or a TED stage. So the difference between TED is those are like 5,000 a seat. They're put on by the mothership. And then TEDx are like their satellites.
Oh, I did not know this. So I'm glad you're like differentiating.
Right.
There's a degree you have to get. So it's these different satellites that put on, and so people apply to lead the conference, and they have to follow in the TED format of technology, education, and design, ideas worth sharing. And so you're not supposed to be promotional or sell something.
Right.
It's sharing an idea.
Right.
So for this one, I think TEDx has kind of tightened up what it was from 2012 when I did my first one. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and apply. And I applied the night before the deadline. Don't do that. Not a good idea. But because I was in the process of writing this book, it was very like, okay,
Which one,
this
your
is
first book?
my
Hotness
second
one?
book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one, and so the content of what I wanted to say, my fresh idea was very clear in my mind.
Right.
So I would recommend if anyone wants to do it, have like a Google Doc that and just apply as much as you can. There were 68 applicants, the TEDx Lehigh. And there were 7 that were selected. So that was like,
And you were one.
yeah, one of 2 girls.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. So, and all of the speakers that when I got the list, I knew several of them, and I was like, wow.
Who was the other woman?
Holly Tree Richardson. She's amazing. She's adopted like 25 million or 25 kids, something like that. She's amazing.
And lives here in Utah, though?
Lives in Utah, does a bunch of stuff with education and government. You should have her on. She's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she knocked it out of the park. And there's just all these amazing things. So it was, there's everybody has this, oh my crap, and other speakers come to you, oh, I can't believe you're here. And I'm like, oh, I'm with the big kids. But you send in the application, then that you get accepted, then you get a letter, and then you show up at a certain time with your content, and then they critique your content. So it has to fit in with what they want to do, and you're expected to deliver it memorized.
Oh my
The whole thing, which is
The
how many
whole
minutes?
thing, which is 15 minutes in this one.
15
so a TEDx
minutes.
talk can be anywhere from 3 minutes to 18, but if it's over 18, it can't be in. And I'm completely memorized. Everything I'm saying now is memorized. So that was...
Let me turn you on.
Right.
My daughter actually had the talk memorized.
Oh, no way.
Like my neighbor kids are coming over and like, and so you have to do it memorized, and then you have a speaking coach that can help tighten your performance, and they just want it to be a great idea and help you showcase your idea wonderfully.
So what was your idea? What is your TEDx, right?
So the TEDx, TED, you're usually famous.
Right.
Okay.
You're-
TEDx, you're a
Anthony
little bit
Robbins or
Yeah, those kinds.
Elon
yeah.
Musk.
Right, exactly. TEDx, you could be not a speaker. I mean, I'm a speaker, but with TEDx, you can just be like, hey, you had a great idea about something, you can apply, go do it.
Okay. So what was
And
your
they
idea?
love everyday people. So mine was beyond victimhood.
Okay.
And the concept that we are more than what happens to us. I know no one's ever heard about that, but my challenge to the world is, my new idea that beyond their victimhood, there's the victim, then there's the survivor, and then the third phase of advocacy. Advocacy. Why did I couldn't say that word?
Okay, so
We knew what you meant.
before
It's
we
okay.
go into that, if we just want to go watch it, do we just Google?
It's not up yet. I just got an
Oh.
email that it is being approved by TED right now.
Oh.
Ted. His name is Ted.
Yeah, so the TED format.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. So
It's kind of like Charlie's Angels. Like us three are Charlie's.
I
Have
feel
you ever
like we
met
should
Charlie?
post.
His real name is Pete.
I know, right?
you guys gonna pose with me, or is
Okay,
this?
well, I'll do it. Yeah. I can't do my fingers.
I just feel like that's really special. I feel like that's a moment right there.
That was kind of a moment.
Yeah.
Well, that's really, really awesome. Congratulations.
And I encourage people, if you've got a great idea, go share it with the world. And it's very empowering, and it's been amazing for my career as a speaker, but just
So the
something that's
first
there.
time, what did you talk about?
I talked about what I call the hotness.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so I'm like, every book I write, evidently I'll just have to do another TEDx talk. But
Yeah.
it's a challenging thing. It's a lot of work. It's not something you just kind of do by the seat of your pants, because it's going to be up there forever, and you don't want to be embarrassed. So put the work into it, have the great idea, and be prepared.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but do it.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hold that thought.
I'll be watching for your guys's.
Oh, of course.
Waiting a while.
All right, well, let's take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Lida Green is with us, and we are talking about how to overcome abuse.
You know, I really love Lida because this is a kind of it's a heavy topic, and yet here we are sitting smiling.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that? I know.
Well, because we love
Yeah,
so it's easy to
right.
smile, and
it's
you know,
true.
and she's kind of funny too. I was cracking a joke.
I kind of tell people I am. It's funny because this topic is not something I planned on speaking. I'm a confidence and resiliency expert. This is what I speak about. This is what the hotness factor is. This is the brand. But I realized as all this came out, I joke that I was kind of drafted. But as the Me Too movement is picking up steam, I think we all can remember when we saw our first Me Too post. You know, what is that? And then I was like, good, we're having this conversation. This is so good. And then you see all this anger and we're like, okay, well, that's part of the cycle of grief.
Yep.
Right? We are allowed to have our anger and then we have our, and that's part of grief. And all feelings should be expressed because we don't, okay, well, I'm fine. That's how past generations have dealt with it, of just, and that is not processing. And I think that has contributed to this concept that we don't talk about even the good parts of human sexuality. Because there's just all this cumulative shame from, and you know, emotions come out in weird ways when we don't deal with them. Right? Absolutely. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Everybody gets to have their feelings, but it just kept getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And I had this experience where I had the contrast between, I was, you know, speaking at a networking thing, I was doing all these power women things that I do, and then I go into the basement, because now I'm a mom, right? So I'm at the house, and I'm, you know, awesome mom, and I go into the basement, and I randomly end up finding a picture of the man that chose to molest me. You notice that I not refer to him as my molester, because that's ownership, and he does not own me. So the man that chose to molest me, that was his responsibility. And all of a sudden, all my power is like, and I walked upstairs, you know, doing the, okay, I'm going to take me back together, because I was going downstairs to grab something, and my parents have a box of stuff. Anyway, and I just burst into tears when I saw my kids. And my kids are old enough, they've actually seen me be on the front line of helping protect other children. So they're at the age where this is something they know happens. They've had friends that have come to them, and I've been able to, with them, help their friend. So my kids are amazing and well aware, but they had never seen me cry about it. And my daughter went down and ripped the picture up into lots of pieces. And as I was thinking about the conflict of these two experiences in the same few hour period, I just started having this conversation with myself. And I'm on Facebook and I pontificate a lot, and I talk too much in person too, so it just makes sense on Facebook.
No, I actually kind of remember reading part of this on your Facebook page.
Yeah, and I just, and I posted it, and then I was like, this is crazy. I probably should, I don't know how you come out to the world about being sexually molested for most of your childhood. It's probably not in a Facebook post. That seems a little... right? So I took it down. I woke up. This woman's like, why did you take that down? I wanted to share it. And I was like, right. That's why I took it down. I felt like we should probably clear a little bit. Talked to my husband. And my husband's just a perfectly awesome, amazing man. And he's like, you need to share that. So I share it. And it just went crazy. Hundreds of likes, comments, you know, like
What
over
month is
100
this,
shares.
Lida?
It was January 11th.
Okay, so the
this
Me Too
year.
movement kind of started like last fall, I remember.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm
So
correct. Okay.
I wasn't like, oh, the Me Too movement's now my time to speak out about
It was
this.
a little-
I was literally saying, this is what I explained what happened that day. And then I was like, this is what I would tell my 14-year-old self. I would tell her how amazing her life's going to be.
I love it.
Because when we speak with anger, when we speak with bitterness, we are telling people whatever their victimization thing is, that feeling is forever. That how they feel in that moment, that they are always going to be broken, they are always going to be hurt. And I'm like, no, look, my life's awesome. So we should be smiling. In fact, even more as I cry a little bit, because I'm like, wow, I didn't plan on being a spokesperson for this, but who better than me? Because there's so much evidence out there that I am a happy wife, that I am a happy mom, that I am a happy person, that I'm successful. And not that defines my value, but it kind of says, like, this has not held me back. And I am a happy person, and that happened. And because that happened, I am better. I am stronger. I am more empathetic. I am more loving. And though I would never choose to have that happen to me or to anyone else, I'm a better person for it. That's a destination to tell kids. That's a destination to tell people who've been victimized. It will get to this place. It will be in time and therapy and self-work and working on you, but you are not always going to be in the cycle of grief, of anger and resentment and pain, and you've given your power over to, it's another victimization.
Yeah.
And then we say, okay, well, now you're a survivor. Well, survivor, if you look at the synonym of that, it's the residue, the leftover yeah. Right? Yeah. Right? And I never really identified with that because I don't feel like this describes me or defines me. Why would I give someone who chose to violate the child I was that kind of power over the woman that I am?
Right.
And so though I've shared it when it felt right to share with people that could help them, here's the lesson. Look, I'm great. Though I've been able to, that child's being victimized. And how do I know? I just knew.
Really?
I just have a sense for it because I'm like, that's me. And I've been able to help so many people. This is great.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, pretty cool stuff. But there's so much more out there than being just surviving. So now I call the third phase of advocacy.
And that's where you are now.
Right. That I have been good for a long time. And an advocate, if you look at the definition of that, is someone who's been there, overcome, and lifts others up. And so I'm able to reach out to that girl and that boy that's been victimized, just as anyone out there who's had, if you're a breast cancer survivor, right? We have to, hey, go get a mammogram, right? Go do this. You know, we give our wisdom from our hard things, but why do I have to stay a victim? And why would I label myself under the power of somebody else? That's poopy.
Will you share? I think I recall reading how you came up with the title for the book.
Yes.
It was in passing, but remind me.
Okay, how much time do we have?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
But it was a really cute story, as I recall.
So part of that original post was about the power we have as women, because it was kind of like a women anthem thing, how we don't take things from men, and that our real feminine power is our ability to love and nurture. And so there was this whole love thing, and we were driving down the road, and I'm like explaining to my husband and my kids, because I got a book offer within 12 hours of the original posting. So that was a little bit crazy. So my kids come home from school, and I'm like, hey, so mom's going to write a book if you're okay with it. Imagine having that conversation with your children. My kids were amazing. They were like, my daughter clapped and was like, you're going to help kids like this and this and this. And my son's like, well, you got to do what God wants you to do. And we're driving down the road, and my family is like, so it's all really about love. And my husband's like, well, love me too. That makes perfect sense. Love the little girl, the little boy, the person inside each of us, that whatever we think defines us, love that person enough to heal. Love that person enough to say, yeah, me too. Love is more powerful than anger.
I love that so much. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. And it has like another twist of the Me Too.
Right.
Like
I'd like to
play on
redefine
word.
it to be not these, it was meant as a, look, let's talk about it. I would like to change this conversation. That's a bold thing to say, because I'm, just me, right? But I want to change this conversation to be one of hope, one of love and resilience and empathy and kindness and all of the amazing things that we women tend to have a lot naturally, but to expand that and not to ever think that bad things that happen to us diminish us.
Right.
They can become a gift. And I know that sounds like someone's yelling at the TV right now, but they can become a gift in time.
Yeah. So we as ladies here, how can we, if we know someone is going through something, be a comfort or
Well, first of all, we can never blame the victim.
No.
We need to be there for them. And it's so much easier when we recognize that 80% of those that are victimized by somebody they know. Stranger danger is poopy. Actually, strangers can be pretty awesome to help protect you. If it's your dad or your mom or someone like that, you're going to need that. So we need to be talking to our children from very young age, not about the dangers, but about body protection. And I have workshops that I'm doing now about how to talk to your kids. I have a children's book that's going to be coming out, lots of resources. And of course, the book is not my story so much as it is resources and tools and systems of how to get better. It's like a self-help book.
Your book is ready. We can buy it.
Not
Almost.
quite yet.
When is the release date?
Well, we're just waiting for approval for somebody we want to give money to on it, so I can't say that publicly yet. But if they give approval, then we're going to print, and so end of this month, end of September.
You're so awesome. Thank you so much
Right?
for
Who
sharing.
knew? Right?
We knew it.
We knew it.
And I have my own cup.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
There's more studio chatter on the way. Welcome back. We made it. What did we learn?
Oh, so much.
What didn't we learn?
Yeah.
That was
Bottoms up. I
really
love that one.
awesome. Yeah.
Yoga.
Yoga, we're going.
Yes.
I'm going. I'll report
Stress
back.
release. Yeah. No, I really would love that.
Okay, my commitment is
Yes.
that I will report back next studio chatter of how my class was.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I swear I will go.
Natasha, we should
Okay.
go.
I would love
Come
to go.
on, let's
I
do
do
it.
have a week of travel. So
that
I'm
would be-
absent 1 week for certain, but then I can maybe go after that. I would love to go to Doc Brundy's. I mean, I just
Yeah,
think
you
that
guys
sounds
need to go
fabulous.
try.
I should probably
Yeah.
go and just report on food because
Okay, there you go.
I love
You
food.
report on Doc Brundy's. I'll report on Bottoms Up.
Okay.
And Lida,
I'll join
of
you.
course, is
And
amazing.
then you report on the TEDx talk.
Oh, that's
if
right.
it's out
yes.
within the next 2 weeks.
Yes, I can do that. Or at least the first one that she did.
Yeah.
Lida
I mean,
Green.
her
Yes.
insight. Wow.
It is amazing, yeah.
I mean, just wow.
the advocacy part, it's
Overcoming,
true.
just
Yeah.
overcoming the abuse and being an advocate.
And truly
Love
being
it.
happy. And I think with it's Suicide Awareness Month this month, right? And I think that's
National
the
abuse
message
as
to
well.
a lot of suicidal people that it will get better. Hang in there because it will be better. And I think
Or,
that's a great
as well,
message.
an emphasis on if you're going through it, reach out.
Yeah.
Because not everyone knows
You're not
that you're
alone.
going, and not fake it. We should start faking. I think a lot of women fake how they
Oh,
feel,
definitely.
regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
If we start,
I'm faking like I have energy right now.
How can we help you?
yeah,
Let's talk about it.
Should have brought some.
Well, have either one of you started into our book?
Oh, that's right. What is it?
Girl, wash your face.
Yes.
It's mine's on hold,
Okay.
Yeah.
so I have not started it.
I've not started either.
So-
I mean, it's been a busy time as well. I mean, we're transitioning through the seasons. We're still, I mean, there's just a lot going on right now, too. September is a busy month.
It is.
But fall is upon us, so we'll be.
Can't believe it. Just
Crazy.
around the corner. Yes. Anyway. Yes, I've been picking peaches. Anyway, my neighbor had
I've been
some.
eating peaches.
Yes,
trying to
delicious.
get everything in for fall.
I
That's
made
right, yeah.
peach shakes.
Oh, you
What have
did?
you? What has your peach recipe been?
Oh, peach cobbler actually, and my kids are like, "Is this vegan, Mom?" That was the first thing they said. I said no. Yes, I didn't make it vegan, but
Have you made any
close.
peach anything?
No.
You shared your chocolate,
Yeah.
your zucchini chocolate.
Did you
cake.
make it?
I have not, but I have zucchini at home. Now I'm leaving for 3 days. So I'm like, I hope the zucchini are still good when I get back.
Right.
It
Like
will
you said,
probably
it's
be
so
okay.
busy.
It stays fresh for a while.
Okay, good.
And this year I've done a lot of freezing as opposed to
That's kind of what I've been doing. I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't eat
kinda.
the food and fast enough.
right, exactly. I've
Did
just
you go
freeze it.
back to Starbucks and have a pink drink again?
No.
But
Done
here in a couple of
that.
weeks, we'll go to Starbucks and get the
Pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Of course we will.
Yes.
All right. Well, until next time, everyone.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes.
Good luck juggling, ladies.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
Tell your
continue.
friends about us.